Hello and welcome to the Nuclear Reactor, and today we'll be reacting to part 11 of the What If series. I'm so happy but at the same time sad that we're getting to the end of it. So, let's just get there and see what happens.
Guess who's back?
Goku!
Hey guys, Masakox here. Now What Ifs are still very much the name of the game on the Masakox channel. And with Dragon Ball R&R's release coming up in the next few weeks, I think it's still worth to say that these aren't going away anytime soon. So what better thing to do than to actually take a look back and look at the thing that started it all. And that is, of course, what if Raditz turned good? I am so thankful for all the kind words and support that you guys have given me over the months for this story. I had no idea it would get this way, you know, instead of being offed within the first 5 episodes like it was in the original. Over the last 10 parts, we've gone right from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z,
That makes me sad. I love Raditz.
where we currently are. Raditz and Goku have broken through different kinds of limits and now are on the level pegging field of the gods. Vegeta has gone through many different emotions, as well as discovering the powers of Super Saiyan 4 before GT's even a thing. And finally, he and Raditz finally settled the dispute that's been dogging them for the last 2 decades. Also, thank you so much to everyone who shared fan art for this particular scenario. If you wish to share your fan art, just check me out on Twitter at Masakox with the hashtag WhatIfWeek, and I will gladly retweet it. Or alternatively, you can check out the Raditz Turn Good fan club over on DeviantArt, link in the description. Together we can all bask.
That's right, I haven't got a chance to check that yet. I really want to.
He needs to be in more things. Now I've got to address the fact that initially,
and I'm gonna try not to talk too much during these, I realize, because I've apparently missed information. So I'll try to do a lot of the talking at the end.
Since it's not anymore, we can carry on. And since it's been a while from when part 10 came out, let's just have a little bit of a recap.
Because I'm not able to pause these due to reaction cam.
The force in the original story was off relatively quickly before they could fuse, thanks to Raditz's shrewdness as well as his calculated planning. Also, thank you, Marthaba, for actually doing its thing with Zamasu. However, that wasn't the main event. The main event was the settling of the score between Vegeta and Raditz. Vegeta showing off his new true power of Super Saiyan 4 against the Super Saiyan Blue strength of Raditz. And despite the fact that you would think, oh, this is going to be relatively one-sided, it actually ended in a draw because Raditz was holding back because he thought the whole thing was stupid. But, you know, Vegeta, he kind of had to do his thing. But it was all worth it in the end because together they finally.
Wait, which one do y'all think though could Super Saiyan 4 defeat Blue?
To not go against each other again. They have finally realized that they are both strong and they should work as a team. And Vegeta, yeah, he managed to actually finally show that he's still worth something. And thanks to that, the relationship between Ranch and Trunks has fully been secured.
Good.
All with a kiss and a hug. Isn't that nice? However, we mustn't dawdle because we have some Dragon Ball Super What If read to continue with, so let's get on with part 11. It's time to begin the universe survival arc, and this time we don't have 2 Zenas, but just 1. He is playing some games with a random guard because he's extremely bored. He gets to the point of boredom where he basically just wants to erase one of his guards because he can, leaving the rest of the guards, understandably, a little bit shaken. Meanwhile, since it's been quite peaceful for a while, Goku and Raditz have actually started up a new company delivering fruits and vegetables. What's the name of the company? Well, it's the Son Brothers. But honestly, this was all down to Chi-Chi and Launch because they basically told their husbands, get real jobs, okay? Together, they've actually made quite a name for themselves selling their produce, with Raditz especially proving very effective in getting sales.
I would like to do that.
Pompous, but he's also really talkative. He can actually engage with people. He gets into the moment and the spirit, whereas Goku kind of just doesn't want to be there. You know, if it makes Chi-Chi happy and he can train more, then fine, but, you know, whatever. However, despite Raditz loving the job, he can't help admit with his brother that, you know, they kind of want something else to do. Despite Raditz calming down a lot and embracing his new human lifestyle on Earth, that little thing with Saiyans and fighting and pride, it's still there. And he can't help but just remember it's there. He can't ignore it. Raditz immediately thinks that maybe we should go to Universe 6 sometime. I can fight that Kaba person because Raj made light work of him. Maybe I want to see how he does with me. The most likely plan is basically to persuade Whis to come to Earth and take them over so they can train. After coming up with a plan to lure him, they both head off to Capture Corp to then actually inject it out. However, this time they aren't surprised by the fact that Bulma's pregnant, because with Ranch being there all the time hanging out with Trunks, the whole fact that Bulma's pregnant and about to have Bra born, yeah, it's pretty much common news. But Goku can't help but forget things because Super made him forget stuff. He has to be reminded with a slap to the back of the head from his brother. This time, though, instead of just the pair of them going with Whis, Raditz decides to show some goodwill towards Vegeta and offers that he can come along too. And the Prince of All Saiyans gladly accepts the proposal. This Vegeta is less inclined to stick around for the birth of his new child because he's a bit more of a jerk in this one, wanting to mess with people. And the fact is now, Raditz is wanting to include him. You know, why not? It's something interesting. He can show Beerus what he can do. It's kind of cool. Bulma's going to chew him out, of course, but really, deep down, she knows better. He's going to feel really embarrassed when he gets whomped by Beerus. She thinks to herself. When they arrive on the planet, Beerus is actually kind of curious about the Super Saiyan 4 power.
Alright, tell you what, Vegeta. How about you go up against me with your new monkey form, alright?
How does it stack up against Super Saiyan Blue? Well, yeah, but at least it wasn't 2 seconds. It's more like 10. Beerus is disappointed, but appreciates Vegeta the fact that he actually tried and didn't run away. After watching Vegeta getting totally stomped by Beerus, Goku remembers something. That Omni King person. Maybe he might be worth pursuing. He might be able to get Vegeta up to speed, as well, of course, himself and his brother. Goku's not all that selfless. Goku then asks Whis to take him to the Omni King because he wanted to ask him a question about something after seeing Goku Black and about different universes. Basically, Goku's acting a lot smarter than he would be. Whis is a little suspicious, but, you know, if it means that Goku's, actually taking interest, then, oh, well, why not? After all, he did bring food. Before Raditz can realize where his brother's gone, Whis and Goku then head off to talk to the Grand Priest and the Omni King. Moments later, Goku and Whis return. Whis looking really sullen-faced, and Goku looking really satisfied with himself. Raditz asks where they went, and Goku naturally spills the beans because he's excited. Beerus overhears them and immediately heads over to Goku going, "What in the blazes do you think you're doing, you monkey?" In fact, Beerus is so distracted when he finds out about this, Vegeta gets a punch on him straight in the face. Vegeta doesn't really care about what's happening at the moment. He's just happy that he got a punch in. Ha! Showed him. Before Beerus can get any more angry words towards Goku, though, the Elder Kai pops up in their minds and says they need to come to the Sacred World of the Kais immediately because the Grand Priest is there and demands their attention. Once they've all arrived, the Grand Priest delivers his message. The Tournament of Power will happen in 2 days' time, and they're required to get 10 people to fight in this Battle Royale. I won't bother you with the details of the rules because that's pretty much commonplace and we don't have all day. To make things even more complicated for Universe 7, they have to take on Universe 9 in an exhibition match to show the proof of concept for the tournament. Oh, great. Goku's in a whole heap of trouble. Naturally, Beerus says that he's not going to help Goku find a team, he has to do it himself. And Raditz is angry too. He's absolutely furious at his brother for doing so reckless, so he's out. Well, someone is about to step up, and that is Vegeta. Witnessing an opportunity here, Vegeta decides to chime in.
Oh, well. Looks like the low-class warriors are having a bit of a tiff. Well, I don't mind helping with my new power. It'll be the most fun I've had in years.
Now that just leaves one more fighter to take part, and of course that's Gohan. The same thing with Goku recruiting Gohan happens as it does in the anime, with Gohan being kind of manipulated into taking part because of the whole, oh, your family will be destroyed because Gohan loves his family, he will defend them to the ends of the earth, and this is almost the ends of the earth, so, that whole thing plays out as per normal. Once they settle on a team, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta, they then return to the Sacred World of the Kais, where the Supreme Kai takes them to Zeno's palace, and the exhibition match begins.
Kakai.
Universe 9 is there too with their team, as well as all the other universal divine beings. Of course, we have Ro, Sidra, and the Trio de Danger. They square up against the 3 Saiyans, and Vegeta is loving this. After so long, Vegeta's now back in the top billing. He's going to make the most of this. There is no Raditz here to outshine him. They may be getting on with each other on face value, but deep down, there's still a little bit of resentment. But thankfully, Vegeta's got a little more sense in the fact that he's just going to toe the line for the time being. But here, he can do and think what he wants. So, it's time for the first match. Basil versus Vegeta. And I say match, it's more like a curb stomp. Vegeta is out to prove a point to Goku that he is still strong and could ultimately surpass the Saiyan. He goes Super Saiyan 4 almost immediately, having got a handle on it over the intervening weeks, and Basil has no chance against him. Vegeta is going all out right from the start. He ain't holding back. Vegeta is having the time of his life, but everyone else around him is looking absolutely mortified. All the gods are so disgusted by this barbaric creature. These Saiyans, are they? They're absolutely horrific. Universe 7's horrific. They're just a bunch of savages. Beerus and Gohan have to yell out to Vegeta to stop, or else Basil's gonna end up dead. And that could get them destroyed by Zeno right there if he's displeased. So Vegeta reluctantly relents. The next match is Lavender versus Gohan, and then that plays out as the same, as well as Goku and Bergamo. But this time around, the two fighters from Universe 9 are a little more cautious, having witnessed Vegeta be so barbaric with their brother. They're going to be naturally apprehensive with all of this. They thought it was going to be a friendly exhibition match, not a complete bloodbath where one of them might actually die. And of course, once Bergamo's down and Toppo steps up, we have that whole thing happen, and that's called a halt because Zeno's absolutely satisfied. The groups are then told they have 40 Earth hours to find a 10-man team to then head to the World of Void and then actually enact the Tournament of Power before they're all sent back home. Vegeta
Or
immediately
30
says to Goku that
episodes.
he will take part because he absolutely loved this. He will take more of this, please. The rest is up to Goku because Beerus still ain't gonna help. Luckily, Gohan did well enough to actually feel more interested, his Saiyan instincts kicking in. So he's
Good.
in. And once Raditz has realized the importance of the situation here and the fact that the Earth will be destroyed if he doesn't help because he's basically the second strongest person here, he then reluctantly agrees to take part too, but
He's still angry at his brother, you know.
the rest plays out as you would expect in the original
I
story.
love how
Only
he does
two
Raditz's
major changes
voice.
to the lineup.
It sounds
First off,
nearly
is
exactly
Tenshinhan.
like
And
it.
don't worry,
Like the
I'm
real
not
one,
gonna do
not
it in a
the
way
abridged.
Which makes him look bad at all. He's gonna look pretty dignified with all of this. Goku still goes to his dojo and the episode still happens, only with Tenshinhan actually holding his own against Roshi instead of what actually happened. But the fighter declines
Getting
and
his ass
seriously
kicked.
suggests to Goku that they should find someone else because surely there are people out there that can be more justified for the place than him. Tenshinhan does it on his terms. And honestly, if he can do that, then that's something. It means he can hold his integrity. He then suggests that maybe Raditz's daughter might be up to the task. She did well in the Universe 6 tournament, remember? Goku considers this for a moment, well, considers, and then thanks Tenshinhan for his time. So don't worry, Tenshinhan, you still got your dignity. So now we have the team form up like it does in the anime, only without Tenshinhan. Krillin and 18 are recruited, as well as Piccolo, and we still get Goku's sequence with Android 17,
Yeah.
even with the weird thing in space, but there's no Buu, because remember, Majin Buu doesn't exist in this universe. The time has come. There is 3 hours to go before the Tournament of Power begins, and the team still needs to find one more member. Who's it gonna be? Goku still hasn't figured it out, despite Tenshinhan basically giving him the biggest hint. But then, Goku suggests that they recruit Frieza. But everyone says no, and Raditz basically punches him on the back of the head, saying,
What are you doing? You seriously would lump that tyrant fighting with us? That's so incredibly stupid, Kakarot.
because remember, he's still angry with Goku. He's on a bit of a short fuse. As Raj is there with Trunks and Goten, she's witnessing the situation and the fact that her uncle is digging himself into an even bigger hole. She then basically stands up and volunteers as tribute. But then Goku
I
decides
volunteer
to dig the
tribute.
hole even more and says, "You sure you're up to the challenge, Raj?" Raditz clips Goku on the back of the head again.
You moron! Didn't you see the Universe 6 tournament? She was our most effective fighter in that thing!
Having witnessed her uncle basically doubt her again, she's a little bit nervous and begins to doubt herself. But ultimately, she
Don't.
promises to do her best and take it all seriously.
Good.
Goten and Trunks, especially Trunks, are a little annoyed that they weren't even considered for the task. But then Raditz points out, have you been in a multiversal tournament and held your own? No? Has Ranch? Yeah? Well, there you go. There's your answer. Having understood this, Trunks then grabs Ranch's hand and asks her, will she be safe? She says yes, and they both hug. Oh wait, what about those Universe 9 assassins? What do they do? Well, since they're at Capsule Corp, they basically just put themselves in the lion's den. They're going up against all 10 of the fighters, so at least they all get to live. Unlike with Frieza, Vegeta decides to not waste his
That's
time
true.
any longer and takes himself off to the Room of Spirit and Time for the last couple of hours. The time has come. We have our lineup. Goku, Raditz, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, Android 17, Android 18, Roshi, and finally, of course, Ranch. Ranch once again feels a little bit nervous of this whole thing because the universe is at stake, but both her father and her now boyfriend assure her that she will do absolutely fine. But where does the biggest crumb of confidence come from? Her cousin Gohan. To her, Gohan is basically her idol. She admires him incredibly, having spent a long time when they were children just being in each other's company. She absolutely adores him, because pretty much everyone adores Gohan. He will do his best as team captain to keep her safe, and he's not worried about her. He knows that she will do fine. They both hug, they both have a little bit of a tear, and it's all so emotional and sweet. But with that, the crew then head off to the world of Void, and the Tournament of Power is about to begin. And that's where we'll leave things for the time being. We have got our team for Universe 7, and you will notice that there is no Frieza. Why? Well, simply there was no need. We've got 2 additional Saiyans in the lineup, so we don't need to resort to the Galactic Tyrant with all his trickery and chicanery. But at the same time, having known how it will play out, it could be very interesting how everything will happen once we get to the end game of the tournament.
That's true.
But for now, we'll just leave things at that. And besides, it'll be very interesting to see Vegeta and Raditz actually kind of work together. Finally, we've had Raditz and Goku have their biggest spat in several years. The fact is, this could be the last straw between Raditz and Goku. They've got a lot of things to really fix if they get out of this alive. But honestly, I don't blame Raditz for being angry because he's a very cautious person. And having witnessed, basically, the universe being in danger firsthand when Goku did it, you can't blame him for being a tad bit miffed with the guy. Anyway, what do you guys think? Are you excited for the upcoming tournament of Power?
Yes, I am.
How do you think the team will do without Frieza there?
I think they'll do
Let's
fine.
get this discussion going.
Might one of them
Anyway,
lose
I
life.
hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe.
My question is about the actual series, though, guys. Why did in the English dub? Why do they call Topo Top? It just doesn't make sense to do that. Why change his name when it's Topo in the original series? So, I was just wondering that, and I love this, and I'm so hyped for the next one, so I'm gonna start that one in a minute. So, until next time, guys, I hope y'all enjoy my reactions, and I will continue to do as many reactions as I can a week. And see y'all.